last episode for season 1. Anxiety is Not Me is a sacred space where you will be guided to meet your innermost self for the first time. She will awaken, evolve, and rise to new depths of unpaved territory, accepting herself wholly. I am your host, Madison Schrader. I often wonder what it's like to not fear it. You know, I struggle to even read the word of the symptom I fear, let alone say it. So you'll have to bear with me and listen between the words I'm speaking. And I wonder, will I ever experience what that's like to not fear it? How would that feel? Amazing, I bet. They say when a baby is born, they are born with only 2 fears, falling and loud noises. And we develop the rest. But if we bring things from our past lives, wouldn't that mean that we're born with those too? As we progress, it's part of the journey to take a step or 2 backwards sometimes. And I really beat myself up about this. I start to shut off again. I hear the self-doubt begin creeping back in. The negativity, the complacent, defeated mindset wanting to instill itself into my mind once more. But without being tested the same way we are assessed on a lesson at school, how can we properly become aware of the progress we've made? Sure, it can show the work that's still needing to be done, but in these situations, notice the positive differences. As I bring season 1 to a close, I wanted to finish off with 2 personal encounters with angels and signs and numerology. I chose 10 episodes for season 1 with intention. Angel number 10 is our reminder that we have spiritual assistance available to us at all times, and we are never really alone on this journey. With an open heart, you can align your mind to divine energies in the form of guardian angels, archangels, and the ascended masters, here to offer us beneficial guidance, wisdom, and assistance. Humans and angels are on different frequencies, and because of this, sometimes we miss their clear messages. To put it as simply as possible, rid your mind of the existence of coincidences and replace it with the belief that everything is part of a divine purpose. They can come in channeled messages, through dreams, spiritual downloads, epiphanies, and by directly receiving insight. If you increase your awareness to angel energy, it is more likely that you will receive their frequency, transmissions, and messages. Angels are always with you, but the most common times that you will see them is when you are transforming into your most authentic self or in the times of suffering and in desperate need. Signs remind us of their support and guide us in the right direction. There's almost always a deeper meaning to them. Your spirit guides know you, so they will send you messages in the way that is most willing to capture your attention and that you will recognize. I want you to have a think. Have you noticed any of the following of these things lately? Feathers, a sensation of warmth, tingles on your skin, flickering lights, a gentle breeze with no cause. Symbols such as a cloud in the shape of an angel or a love heart. Babies and pets laughing or smiling into what seems like thin air. They have less blockages than us, so they have a greater ability to see angels. Certain music, coins, sparkles of light, orbs, crown chakra tingles, rainbows, temperature changes, physical touches with no cause, noticing certain words on advertisements, voices in your head. If you suddenly hear a ringing sound in your ear, Look at what's happening around you and notice what you're thinking about. Angels may effectively be trying to underline a particular thought or idea you're having. Animals, angel numbers, which are a repetitive sequence of numbers that are shown to you to convey a divine message. They can change according to the guided messages they are trying to deliver to you. There's no place more comforting to me than in nature. It's where I feel the most calm and free. It's where I breathe easiest, and it's where I feel the most peace. Sighting and exploring caves, being greeted by beautiful birds and so many butterflies, getting lost, going off track, taking risky steps, and feeling like the queen of the terrain, taking in the fresh smells around me, allowing the sound of the water to center me, feeling the earth beneath and in between my toes. These incredible grounding moments are the ones I'm grateful to fill my life with. So partway through my spiritual awakening, I began seeing spiders a lot. I figured it was just the weather shifting until I realized that the spider is my totem animal. A disgusting, creepy, terrifying, gross, and ugly spider. I asked, why can't it be something colorful or a beautiful horse? But would I have taken conscious notice of these? No. Would they have really caught my undivided attention? Probably not. Do I take conscious notice of the spiders? Hell yeah. I'm not saying your totem animal is something that you don't like, but for me, this is what my spirit guides knew would stand out. Not only had I started seeing them in a 3D state, I also started seeing them in dreams and meditation. In my first dream, I was attacked by one. It jumped at me and it bit me. This is usually seen as a bad omen, symbolizing a negative situation you'll face in your waking state. But despite the bite stinging, it didn't affect me. And so I took this as a sign that I was strong enough to conquer what was coming to me. A few weeks later, I was awoken twice in the same night, convinced a spider was on my pillow. This time, not there to attack, actually quite the opposite. It moved away from me to eliminate my fear. Lights on, screaming, heart racing, I can't find the spider either time. Was I dreaming? Was it even really there? I actually don't know, and I guess I never will. But I do know for sure that I was being sent a message. After doing more research into the undesirable creatures, I learned that they can be quite beautiful. Spiders have incredible patience and are masters of complexity in the way they weave their webs. In several traditions, spiders symbolize the mother and the divine feminine. This means he or she wants me to examine my shadow self more closely. We can learn many important lessons from the darker parts of ourselves, and this can allow important issues to come to light. The spider represents strong feminine energy, creativity, patience, and strength. It also invites you to become more receptive and intuitive and rely on your unique gifts to get you ahead in life. From this, time moved forward, and I dug so deep into the grains of my shadow self, and what I found, I fought, and then I fell in love with it. So looking back at this standout part of my journey, I feel privileged to have the spider as my totem animal. And next time you see one, try not to fear it, but instead embrace it, and it may teach you many valuable lessons on your personal journey too. COVID really did a number on my social anxiety. The virus itself didn't heighten my condition because generally speaking, it doesn't cause stomach issues. But with each lockdown, I felt myself becoming more and more comfortable. And each time we were allowed out again, it became harder. And I'm still feeling the aftermath of that. Having visitors into my house is probably the hardest one of all. My home is meant to be my safe place. And I so desperately long to be able to have parties or gatherings or just a few people or even one person over without worry entering my head. Can't I just enjoy those plans for what they are? At the moment, no. At the moment, we wash our hands when we come home before anything else. At the moment, my daughter takes her school clothes off in the entry hall. At the moment, I wash my hands before I eat every single time. At the moment, I wipe my phone every time I've left the house. At the moment, I need to wipe the front door. This list goes on. These tasks used to make me feel unworthy of love. Sometimes they still do. Being a mum with anxiety is the hardest bit for me because no longer do my actions only affect myself. I am the primary carer and influencer to these innocent, beautiful, vulnerable souls looking at me for the guidance they seek. Me. Like, I'm meant to be the one that has my shit together. If I don't, how am I meant to lead them? I often question whether I'm good enough for them because all I want is to be the best mother and give them the very best life possible. I worry I'm letting them down. Then the guilt sets in and the spiral starts forming. Though it shouldn't, because deep down, I know, they know, I would do anything for them. The things we do are not who we are, and we do not love by what people do, but how they make us feel. I am capable of love, to love, and to be loved, no matter what I need to do. But the list that should be focused on is this one. I used to have to open packages outside. Now I can do them in the entry hall. Now I can turn the toilet light off. Now I can take rubbish to the outside bins. Now I cut and cook chicken. Now I don't have to wash my hair every single day. This list goes on and will continue to grow even further too. I broke through a major wall in my growth and wellness development at the most unexpected, unplanned time. I was having a girls' day away at a spa and hot springs wellness center. Usually when I meditate, everything is in color and I see myself in third person, like I'm watching myself, full body from a distance. I struggle to meditate in the traditional way due to anxiety. Quietening my mind is hard, so I'll often use other techniques such as focusing on something, shower meditation, walk meditation, for example. And I always practice movement meditation. Without actually meaning to, during the treatment I booked, I went into a meditation and I saw myself falling down a black hole, getting further and further away from myself. Once I reached the bottom, I became myself in first person. Everything remained black with flashing images like a reel passing me. I saw 1000 on a digital clock, which is the triple mirror hour, and its meaning is to confirm that your desires will soon manifest into reality with the help of your guardian angels. I was also sent 2 different animals and given my first personal message for someone that took me a long time to decipher and decode. I have learned that I need to find the balance between keeping busy but not being too fast-paced that I become frazzled and cannot be conscious of my actions. Don't worry over not feeling like you are growing quick enough. Time is not linear and you will develop at the rate your soul needs to. Throughout this season of Anxiety Is Not Me, you were introduced to a collection of practices that I have implemented at one point or another during my healing thus far. Some may have resonated with you more than others, and that is absolutely to be expected. If you wish to speak to myself directly or any of the guest speakers, you will find our contact information in the show notes, and we would love to connect with you. So stay tuned for season 2 of Anxiety Is Not Me, when we will explore quantum hypnosis, the correlation between gut and mental health, breath work, and so much more. Anxiety Is Not Me is a place for all of us to share and to feel inclusive. If you would like to share your story, please reach out to me. Thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in for season 1, sending you energy of love and peace as you become more